I don't think I can call her a Meadowlark employee, but she is one of our NIL athletes. We're proud to go.
She does send invoices.
We're proud to go on this ride with her. She is really tough.
That's good enough for me.
Yes. Destiny Harden with us after the biggest victory in the program's history. Thank you for joining us. Congratulations. And I start with perhaps an obvious question. Emotionally for you, in terms of moving, what was more moving in your sports career? This shot against Indiana on the road to beat the #1 seed, or being with Mike Ryan and Chris Cody at a Cesta Cyclones game, watching the Cyclones march their way to their own kind of championship?
Well, since this one was history for the program, I'm going to have to go with the shot.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted to hear. You're still sporting the black eye. The sport is unbelievably
She
physical.
can't control that, Dan.
Physical. Thank you, Stugotz. It's you play it very physically, and starting here, how tough are you, and where does your tough come from? Because I imagine at this point in the season, you're pretty banged up.
Yeah, no, so I'm from Chicago, and a lot of tough players come from out of there. You know, Pat Beverly, he come from over there. So that give you a little something for where I come from. And just having a tough mentality and a tough, physical aspect of the game is all just Chicago breed.
What would you tell the audience are the most interesting parts of your story on how it is that you got to Miami?
The most interesting part is I did come to Miami for my first choice. They was recruiting me since I was a sophomore, and I actually went to West Virginia, and then I turned back and came here. So I guess that's the most interesting part that the coaches will tell you guys too.
You told us after the game, you told everybody that your assistant coach, because I thought they were going to break you. I doubted when they hit the three with 8 seconds left because you worked so hard. You're fending them off all game, and I thought they were going to send the game into overtime. And what happened in those 8 seconds after Indiana makes the three to tie the game and you're in the huddle?
Yeah, we just knew that we couldn't go into overtime. We was in foul trouble, and there's no way that probably the way the refs was calling it, we wasn't going to make it. I have 4 fouls. Jaleel Williams has 4 fouls. Other people had 3 fouls. The other team had a person that fouled out. So, I mean, we couldn't go into overtime. It was just winning the game, and that's what we came to the conclusion of. We still got 6 seconds left. Is anything possible in March? So just try to go out there and win the game.
But you were told specifically to win the game, were you not? You were like, not just go out there and try to win the game. It was demanded of you specifically.
Yeah, just being the leader of the team and actually having to hit that shot last year. And the same coach told me the same exact thing that he told me last year. Just go out there and win the game for us. And that just gave me confidence to, hit the shot.
So you cleaned up the language for us, but not for ESPN. I appreciate that.
This one, I got my emotions together right now. I know I got my emotions together.
Destiny, are you with me? Because I can't believe it. We have everything. Indiana has nothing. We have the sun. We have beaches. We have oceans. We have water. We have nice weather. And now we stole basketball, which is the only thing that they have. The men's team beat Indiana. You guys beat Indiana. We own basketball, right?
I mean, listen, in Miami, there's a lot of things to do. Everybody don't think that we just come here to play basketball. And in Indiana, I literally saw that it was only basketball. So, I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I guess we can own basketball too.
Very nice of you to join us after such an emotional time. Can you take us through what happened in the huddle after the game, celebrating what you saw, what you felt, celebrating on the road in their building with a whole lot of people who were stunned? 1 seeds don't lose early very often in that sport.
Yeah, it was just a lot of emotions, a lot, from the coaching staff to the players to, the managers, just because this is the first time under Coach Meyer that she's going to the Sweet 16. So it was just a lot of emotions, tears of joy, and just everybody collectively happy together because our season been on a roller coaster this year. And for us to come out and play well against a very, very good team, I mean, it means the world to us that we survive and advance that game. So. It was a lot of emotions.
Did you like one of the Cavender Twins at the line making a free throw, putting him up 3, and then shushing the crowd with an index finger?
Of course. She's one of the top free throw shooters in the country last year, and she's still doing her thing this year. So, I mean, if anybody at the line, I trust her to make those 2 free throws.
How hard are you on yourself about missing the free throws before that?
Well, after hitting the game-winning shot, it relieved
Perfect.
me a little bit. It relieved me a little bit. But at the time, when I missed the shot, when I missed the 2 free throws, it was kind of like I was in my head. That's all.
There are some Indiana fans out there that are crying travel. I counted 0 steps, but apparently
No, she traveled.
You knock it off.
She did.
I went too, Mike. We got the same type of idea.
You were not willing to admit to us that you traveled on that final play.
Oh, Mike, I ain't saying nothing. Oh, Mike.
I was what I was saying before we met up. I'm like, well, she got fouled as soon as she got the ball, and that's what caused the travel. So there we go.
Yep. The key to traveling is never talk about the travel, you know?
That's all you talk about when you travel.
That is so true. If I had come up to you and said, after you lost by 26 in the ACC tournament to Virginia Tech, what is the percentage of chance, Destiny, this team even gets into the tournament? You would have said what? Percentage of chance?
I don't know if I can give you an exact number on that, but we was pretty confident just because we beat them at home before. We didn't play our game in ACC, even though they're a very tough team and they're number 1 seed too. I don't think we came out and played our game against Virginia Tech when we played them in the ACC. So I can't give you a number of the percentage chance, but I knew we was going to make the NCAA tournament.
In looking back at the game-winning shot, if people want to say travel, they should look back at that Oklahoma State game, though, when they called a 5-second violation when there was 4 seconds on the clock. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life.
No, I agree. We was all shocked because I thought Coach got the timeout, and when he called 5 seconds, I was like, it was no way that was a 5-second count. But listen, I'm not a ref, so I don't know.
Everyone knows in that spot, it's not really 5 seconds, it's 6 seconds. And this one wasn't even 6 seconds. It wasn't even 5 seconds. It was a legit 4 seconds. Everyone on the broadcast was really confused by it. But thankfully, you guys got the dub. A huge comeback victory. What a moment. What a player. Your jersey should be retired.
Again, I give it to you, Mike. That's all Mike talking.
That is Mike talking. Is
there
he's
a
also
question?
been.
I mean,
well, but you were pointing and smiling whenever he had anything bad to say about the referees. I don't think you can get any trouble for that. But you were agreeing wholeheartedly. The game was officiated poorly. They allow a lot of physical play. Like there was a lot of contact allowed where things were not called.
Yeah, no, like I said, the coach always tell us not to get involved with the refs. She get involved with the refs. We just go out there and play. But one thing that we do in practice is when we take the ball out, she make us count in our head. And I know Jazz literally told me she was on like 3.5 seconds. So, I mean, the world saw it. So I don't really have nothing to say about the refs.
On the physicality of the game, you're sporting the black eye right now. If you followed Miami basketball all season long, you know that once a game, you're on the court writhing in pain because you play a very physical style. Can you detail some of the stuff that you've gone through? I know you've missed time this season. The team's had some big wins occasionally when you've been out, but it's been a struggle for you.
Yeah, no, it just all goes back into practice. We play each other physical, so there's no way that we're not going to play the other team very physical when we beat up each other in practice all the time. But that's what makes us physical in the game. In practice, we trash talk each other and we beat up each other in practice, and it just all flows into the game. You know, we're just a hungry team. You know, so hungry and humble also.
Can you explain to us who on your team you think the opponent finds generally most annoying?
Somebody on our team, maybe Lachey Dwyer and Leah, because they hawk the ball so hard. I know I'll be annoyed if I have to dribble against that for 40 minutes. So maybe those two, because their defense is crazy. So I think other people, point guards, be exhausted after the game going against them too.
Where does the Indiana crowd rank in terms of intimidating places that you've played?
I give them number 1. I played at South Carolina, but they got a great fan base too. But Indiana, they're so close that you can literally hear what they're saying. You can feel them over you. I think I got to give them number 1 from where I've played at.
And what would you tell us that felt like? Because you led all game, but they were coming for you all game. They never got the lead, I don't think, in the second half, but it felt, right? In the history of that sport, Destiny, usually when the 1 seed is at home and coming back like that, no one withstands it. The lesser seed never withstands that.
Yeah, no, it just gave us a little motivation and play with a chip on our shoulder just because we know that they was the #1 seed, and also just watching a lot of film on them that they have really good players over there, and I get all props to Indiana and their coaching staff. But to come out there and play the way Miami play, I mean that's literally how we play. That's how we should play for the remainder of the season. It'd be a battle going against us, whether we win or lose.
How do you feel about Villanova? Because they have senior guard play, which does concern me, but they have played a couple of bad teams headed into this game, and you have played some good teams and you beat them, and I feel like advantage Miami, plus we own basketball.
Right now, the coaches been preparing us for Villanova. I don't know too much about them right now, but we got practice today. I'm sure we're gonna watch a whole lot of film on them and go over what they do best and just continue to clean up what Miami do best and then I'll give y'all some insight. But right now, I'm not too sure about Villanova.
How often does Destiny Harden join? Because you got intramural guys or high school teams that have something to say. Destiny Harden just finds a pickup game somewhere and starts dragging everybody. Like, how often does that happen where you're finding a game somewhere in a gym somewhere and it happens to be men playing and you decide, okay, watch this, they're going to underestimate me and it's not going to go well for them?
Yeah, I honestly I haven't had that in a while. I guess the biggest thing is going against our P squad players. I mean, we kind of dog them all the time too, but some days they come in acting like they need a scholarship too. So hey.
No, but tell people what that group of players are, because they do throw bodies at you, right? With kids, I guess they're on campus that also play basketball or want to help the program.
Yeah. No, those are players. Those are men players that come in and compete against us. They're just regular students here, but they're pretty good. They got some good basketball players on the P squad. But some days we come in ready to beat them, and some days they come in ready to win the championship against us.
Okay, you don't like them very much. You've been banging with them all season, and you don't like the idea that they think that they can play with you guys. Their job is to help you get better and ready for the tournament. Their job is not.
Which they do. They do. I appreciate them a lot. They do.
Destiny, thank you for being on with us, and congratulations. Cannot wait for that parade through Coral Gables when you guys win the next few games.
Thank you guys for having me.